What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
My name is Debbie Kimbrell. I am the administrative assistant here at Anderson Chapel. I also work as part of the media ministry. It was great working with Lighthouse. Everyone was very professional, came in to do video recording and streaming for a conference that we hosted here on time. They did what they needed to do, was seamless and transparent. It was great. The feedback, everyone was impressed. So it went out, it was a conference level, so a state level event, and everyone was impressed with the product and the result. We got the DVDs too, which people purchased, and they were impressed with those. It was great overall.
Can you hear me?
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up. Hello and welcome back into Centex Prime Time. I am your host, Jalen Gillis, getting ready to bring you through the prime time topics in sports, not just here in the Central Texas area, but from all around the nation. Want to thank everybody for tuning in with us today on this Friday Eve, this Thursday afternoon. Thursday evening. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, whether you're watching with us on YouTube, Centex Sports Network / Centex Sports TV over on YouTube. You can hit that subscribe button. Also click the bell so you can get notified every time that we go live here on Centex Primetime Monday through Thursdays. Also, if you haven't already, go over to the website, CentexSportsNetwork.com. That is CentexSportsNetwork.com. You can check us out on there as well. You can hit the subscribe button, free subscription to be able to catch all of our exclusive content on there. This weekend, the FCA Bowl will be on Centex Sports Network. For those of you in the Central Texas area, you should be very familiar with the FCA Bowl, kind of a farewell to some high school players here in the area as they get a chance to play one last high school football game. That will be on Saturday, so make sure you guys are tuning in and getting ready for that. Got a lot to talk about today here on Centex Primetime. We got to talk about whatever that was last night that we thought was going to be a game, Oklahoma City versus Minnesota, as the Thunder head out to the NBA Finals and a chance to be able to win for the first time in their history. Tonight, the Indiana Pacers have a chance to punch their ticket to the finals if they can take out the New York Knicks at home. That game coming on at 7 o'clock. Of course, we'll talk some local topics here today. We'll talk a little bit about Baylor football and what they've got going on today as well. Also, we'll talk a little bit of NFL today. We'll talk about the Steelers and their QB situation. We touched on it a little bit yesterday. We'll talk some more about it here today. We'll have some fun topics towards the end, and, of course, we'll close it out with the Knicks versus Pacers. That game at 7 o'clock, like I said, Pacers have a chance to punch their ticket and meet the Oklahoma City Thunder over there for the NBA Finals. Joining me today on the show, calling in with us, familiar face to the show with us today, we have Kyrell Gibson calling in with us today. Kyrell, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Hey, nothing much. Well, folks, we're going to get right to it. Like I said, lots to talk about here today on Centex Primetime, but we got to start with the game that we watched last night as the Oklahoma City Thunder punched their ticket to the NBA Finals in a complete and total blowout of the Minnesota Timberwolves. 124-94 was the final score in that game. SGA did what he always does. He shines in this game, 34 points in just 34 minutes in this game. Also goes along with 8 assists and 7 boards to go with it. Oklahoma City's defense was just swarming the entire game from start to finish on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Never let them get in a rhythm whatsoever. This was a complete and total blowout. This wasn't, and I said going back home, I couldn't expect anything but a blowout when all the other times Oklahoma City's been at home, they've blown them out. Timberwolves have yet to have been competitive playing in Oklahoma City. Last night, nothing changed. It was 26-9 at the end of the first quarter. 26-9 at the end of the first. I believe it was 70-something to 32, or maybe it was 69-32 at the start of the second half. That's crazy, y'all. Like I don't even know what was going on. I don't understand how you go out in a closeout game and perform that bad after being blown out multiple times. But we'll talk about the Timberwolves. On OKC side, like I said, Shea had a great game. Chet Holmgren, who I feel like really stepped up into another role in this series and kind of taking that next step that the Thunder needed. He had 22.7 boards, but his 3 blocks were huge for them as well. J-Dub, 19 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, getting production off the bench from multiple guys. Alex Caruso, like I said before the season started, was going to be one of the biggest impact trades that we saw of the entire NBA offseason. And that's exactly what we've seen him do. Their defenses went to a completely another level since he has joined the team. Lou Dort also was just playing tremendous defense on Anthony Edwards last night. And Edwards, 7 for 18 last night, only 19 points. Julius Randle, 8 for 14, 24 points, but nowhere near enough to be able to help them. The other starters in their starting five, Jaden McDaniels, Mike Conley, and Rudy Gobert, combined for 7 points. 7 points that they combined for in a closeout game on the road. They got some production from Naz Reid off the bench. Terrence Shannon also gave him a little bit of production with 11 points off the bench. But all in all, this was a blowout from start to finish. At no point in this game was this competitive. At no point. From the tip-off all the way to the end, this game was never competitive. The Timberwolves came out with no energy, no life whatsoever. Looks like they was ready to go home. I think dudes might have had their Cancun trips already paid for, or Turks and Caicos, wherever they're going. They're rich, so they can afford to go where they want. But, man, this game was hard to watch. It was so hard to watch. I stopped watching after halftime. I was like, I'm not going to keep watching this. I can find anything better. I can get on YouTube and find something better to watch than this. I'll go watch some old LeBron highlights or something or whatever I'm going to do, but I'm not going to force myself to sit up and watch these and watch this game in a game that I hope to be competitive. Hoping the game tonight is way more competitive. But, Kyrie, after watching that game last night, Oklahoma City completely dominating against the Timberwolves, what were your thoughts watching that game?
I was watching the game where pretty much this is a team chemistry is on 100. They made
Facts.
great offseason additions with Hartenstein and Caruso, and it was good enough to be the best team in the league in the state with the state of the NBA being what it is. This is a cohesive unit. They're all young, all kind of in the same era of their careers, and they gelled really well. Everybody has their roles. Everybody hoops. Jay is the engine, of course. But man, this is OKC this is not the team I saw last year, but this is pretty much the team I saw last year. They were good defensively last year, not as good, but this was Shea last year. This was Chet and healthy last year. This was Jalen Williams disappeared some games and exploded some games. So it's about what I expected. The thing that I've been trying to tell some fellow Minnesotans that I know is like, man, y'all really not supposed to be here. Like,
no, facts.
Like y'all, the Timberwolves are garbage. No, they're not garbage. They're
not good. I said it yesterday on the show. They're not good.
They're not good. They barely got the Warriors out of here, man. Like they weren't supposed to be here. Everybody's caught up because they beat LeBron at 50 years old and 300-pound Lucas. But man, like y'all haven't been. It's definitely. This is why I hate to do it, man. Because look, you know how I feel about Shea. You know how I feel about Shea. But I wanted in that position. I wanted nothing more than for Ant to tear through the playoffs, man, and stake his claim as one of the best players in the NBA. But he's just not. He's not, bro. Like he can have the commercial, he can have the smile, and he can have all the news, the headlines, man. But the fact of the matter is, dude is not a top 5, maybe. But he's just not that player right now. He got a lot to develop. He got a lot more to understand about the game, and he's gonna have to do something, man. What May said, he's gonna have to be in the battle of life, man. You want to win an NBA. I thought that was hilarious, but he's not serious. He don't care enough, man. Like I'm looking at the press conference. He talking about, I'm 23. Like, I was excited for me. I just feel bad for Mike. Boy, what? What? How you gonna say that sitting right next to this dude? I feel great, bro. I just feel bad for Mike Conley, bro, because he old.
Hey, that was really kind of crazy. Like, I didn't think about it from that perspective of like, hey, bro, Mike Conley's right next to you, listening. Yeah, if I was an old dude, 37 with no ankles left, and I'd be sad, but. Oh, my bad, Mike. But, I'm good. I mean, I got to agree with you. The NBA, I don't want to say they're trying to manufacture another star, but they're trying to manufacture another American star, and they're trying to make it at the commercials, we don't care about what people say. I'm the best, or I'm the best as long as I'm out there. I think, hey, bro, all that talk is only going to get you so far. It's only going to get you so far. You want to be Gary Payton right now. You want to just talk a whole lot. Nothing really happens. You have a good career, and everybody goes on about their day. We was trying to put you in the Kobe, Michael Jordan, LeBron. He's not KD. I was talking to somebody yesterday. The LeBron and all that should have been out the window. Y'all should have never started that. The Michael Jordan thing is absolutely blasphemous. Y'all should have never started that. He's not KD. I watched KD at 20, 21, go toe-to-toe with Kobe in the playoffs, looking to score, trying to get a bucket. Man, Anthony Edwards, this playoff run, it was so disappointing for me as an Anthony Edwards fan Because like you said, I wanted him to take that next step and to go through the playoffs. He's just not that guy, at least right now. He's young. He's 23.
Right now.
He's young. But at least right now, he is not that guy. For you to refuse to shoot the ball in the last game and then just say, oh, man, hey, I was just making the right basketball play. You remember that time we was at the rec and Trey B said, they in the corner, they locking me up. Y'all do something. That's what Anthony Edwards was doing. Oh, they double teaming me, y'all. What I'm gonna do? They doubling me. I guess I can't do nothing. I just pass the ball. Then you come out the next game, and y'all almost got 50-pieced. If they didn't pull their starters, almost at the start of halftime or the second half, y'all have lost by 50 in a closeout game. Like, this was just disgraceful. This was disappointing. And then to top it all off, you go out there and say, "I'm good. Ain't nothing to be sad about. I'm good. I'm only 23 years old." All right, bro. Well, that just shows us you don't want it. In my opinion, this is the last time we're going to see Anthony Edwards in the conference finals. Now, if they get something happens and he leaves Minnesota or something like that, cool. But on Minnesota, you're not going to get no big-time free agents. You're not going to be sorry enough to draft nobody really good. So this is your last time going to the conference finals, bro. You had the plan laid out for you. You beat the Lakers, who played a small forward, a 6'6" small forward at center, and y'all got happy because y'all beat them. Like you said, LeBron is 40, Luka's overweight. Y'all struggled against the Warriors without Steph. The Warriors without Steph are probably a 13th seed in the West. That's how good of a team they are, and y'all barely got them out of there. So then you come against a team that's actually good, and not only do you lose, it's not competitive. It's not competitive, and it's mainly because of Anthony Edwards. People can blame whoever they want. I don't like the roster construction of this team. I really don't like anything about the Timberwolves. I never really gave them a chance because the team is constructed bad. Mike Conley is going out there getting donuts. Maybe he deserved for Anthony Edwards to say that. You went out there, got 0 points, 0 rebounds, 1 assist, 0 for 3 from the field. You're not even contributing to the team. Retire. Mike Conley, if nobody else going to say it, great career, man. Retire. Julius Randle, he's only can do so much. I don't know why we turned Julius Randle into the superstar because he killed Draymond. Okay. Jaden McDaniels, 2 for 13. He's not ready for it. Rudy Gobert, worst offensive player. I'm going to put him up there in worst offensive player in history. He's at least top 3. Only reason I won't give him in history because there is basketball that was played in the 60s that existed. But that's the type of stuff we see from Rudy Gobert. So this team is built nasty. What do you think about Ant's comments about because now we get to go back and replay the whole season. When in the middle of the season you said, "Oh, I couldn't do nothing. They were double teaming me." Well, of course, now we're going to double team you every time because we know it makes you mad when people double team you. And what did they do in this series? Double team him, and he was minus 29 in this game yesterday. Then we go to I don't want to be the face of the league. Whoever said I wanted to be the face of the league. Now these comments and I ain't got nothing to sad about. If I was an old bum like Mike Conley, I'd be sad. But I'm 23 years old. I'm young and turned. This is crazy, man. What do you think about Ant's post game comments that he had to say?
Man, it's just childish, bro. Like, honestly, it's just childish. And I've been talking to these Minnesotans, bro, and I've been trolling them, man. We could talk about the Julius Randle stuff. Oh, he's not a superstar. Nobody thought he was a superstar, bro.
Yeah.
He was the best player on y'all team.
He was.
For two series. Julius Randle was y'all best player because Ant don't want to take more than 14, 13 shots. It's just frustrating, bro. You can talk all you want to talk. You can talk all that mess to pop all your mouth at Obama and all this, bro. I don't want to see none of that. None of that.
Hey, that's the biggest one. Apologize to the president today.
Yeah. Apologize to Barry, man. We're not playing about that one, bro. Apologize to Barry right now. Because first of all, dude, like, yeah, you got all these commercials, man. You got the shoes. You can have a shoe. Everybody get a shoe, But the commercials, the face of the league, the ESPN, the Fox Sports, I don't want to hear y'all talking about this dude, man. Like, we saw this. For 2 years straight. He's a good player, bro. He's a good, really, really good player. Is he the best player on a championship team? I don't know. Not right now. And the fact that I had to watch Julius Randall be y'all's best player for 2 series, bro. 2 series. I'm not buying it, man. I don't want to hear nothing about these Timberwolves. To me, man, I'm sorry, and I'm not. I really don't want to take away from OKC's run because they were this good last year. To me, they were almost as good last year. They got better, but they were almost as good last year, and they've been a great team for 2 years. But man, the state of the NBA of Western Conference basketball, to be specific, is weak.
Hey.
You got Joker out there, and like, hey, Joker is gonna be a top 10, top 8 player probably at the end of his career. You know, with all them accolades. But bro ain't beat a 50-win team, man. It ain't happened. It has not happened. It might have happened this year, maybe. But I don't.
They beat the Clippers. Clippers won 150.
Okay, all right. You beat the Clippers, which is like a 450. You know, FEA. That's like a fake 50. Bro. You got James, like, bro. Yeah, man. You hit on the all decade 2010 team, which is cool, bro. But you know, it's but like Jokic is not is the top dog, bro. And even that team's just like, bro. I don't feel it, bro. Like, even y'all can say what y'all want about the Mavericks last year, bro. But they had or I hate to go to do terminology, bro. But they had or, bro, and you know you had that feeling like, oh man, something's gonna happen. Like, they not finna go away on some stuff. Like, and now we looking at this team, bro. It's like the 50-win Pacers. Smash. You know,
in one of the worst Eastern conferences I ever seen, and that's saying
the worst.
We've had some terrible East, but the Heat were the 8th seed. The Heat were the 8th seed this year. They were 10 games under 500.
Oh my God, bro! Like, this is what I'm saying, man. Like, no, I don't hear no comparisons for this dude, and I don't hear nothing. He's Anthony Edwards, all right? He's Anthony Edwards. He needs like 3 more phases of the game to succeed in playoff basketball. But I am not 100% sure. I don't even think this dude is better. It's top 10, bro. Like, honestly, and the coverage that he got, the comparisons, because he looked like Mike, like, it stops today. Today, he wasn't even the best player on his team for 2 whole series. This ain't Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, where you can kind of feel like somebody was snow. No, bro. Julius Randle played better. He played better than yesterday. You know, like, Julius Randle been the best player for 2 years, for 2 seasons. Y'all should have known when Rudy Gobert had more than 15 points against the Lakers that this is some fluke stuff going on.
Yeah,
fluke stuff.
I mean, I was going to wait to bring this question up later on in the show, but if it's going in here right now, the state, you said it right, man. The state of the NBA. And I hate to be because I hated it whenever I was watching my era of basketball and everybody's, this ain't the 90s, this ain't the 80s when the Schwartz was little. But the NBA right now is nowhere close to where the NBA was 15 years ago. I don't think it's close. When we think about the NBA 15 years ago, we talking about a guy like Dwight Howard is like the 5th best player in the league. And if Dwight Howard is playing right now, he might be the best player in the NBA. And for all y'all that's just used to seeing Dwight Howard make these crazy comments and don't remember how good he was, please go and do your homework before you say anything. I'm talking about a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, a walking 25 and 15, the most physically dominant player in the NBA at that time, in a more physically dominant league. Like, the league back then was so much better. We didn't have to look at KD and be like, man, when is he going to take that next step? By the time he was 22, he's in the finals. 23 years old, he's in the finals. We don't have to wait on the next step. He already showed it. And the team they lost to was LeBron. Or they would have won the finals. And on that finals run, they beat the Mavericks. They beat the Spurs. And they beat Kobe. So, like, come on, man. What we have to subject ourselves to now and trying to pump up Anthony Edwards, and I like Ant. He's probably one of my favorite players in the league. But he's not cut from that cloth yet. Not saying he can't get there. But he has shown in this playoff series alone, this guy doesn't want it. He's shown you. His off the court stuff, I don't know if that's starting to affect the on the court stuff or what's going on. I don't know how you claim like 2 kids, but then you got like 4 kids that you don't claim. Like, that's crazy. You hear people doing that at like 40 something, bro. You 23. Like, what? Just take care of the kids, bro. I don't know what's going on, but we see all the off the court stuff. Like you said, we see the commercials, we see the shoes. Everybody got a shoe deal, so I'm not impressed by the shoes because Angel Reese got a shoe deal. So I'm not gonna be impressed by you having a shoe deal, and we got to make you the face or something now. I don't know, man. The way that the NBA is right now, there's no superpower. Can Oklahoma City become that? Sure, they can become that superpower and that super team. But to your point about the Mavericks last year, Luka played better than SGA played this year. If you're talking about the playoff run, because right now we can only go up to the finals last year, up to the finals this year. I'm taking that Luka Doncic over SGA. And I know y'all say, man, SGA got the MVP. SGA is blowing teams out. They're doing this. Put Luka on this OKC team, Luka from last year. What do y'all think is going to happen? Like, we talking about
everything is a game, is a gentleman's sweep, bro. They're going to lose the first game. That's what Luka do. But that's what Jason Kidd did. But they're going to lose the first game. But, bro, I don't want to like get on Shea, bro. Like, Shea, I like the player that Shea has become. I like his game, bro. I like the fact that, you know, the shots he take, you know, the foul baiting might be a little bit you know, Canadian or whatever, but it's definitely not as bad as some other stuff we've seen. But bro, like the Knicks, now that they losing, I can say this like with my whole chest, bro. We can finally stop acting like Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, Carl Anthony Towns was ever gonna win a championship, bro. And if they did, Mickey Mouse. Don't want to talk about the bubble. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
that team screams 6 seed, 5 seed. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know how we got to this point, bro. Like, Dame got hurt, I guess, but there was already I don't know, bro. It was already weak. The Celtics won 64 games last year and then lost to Villanova. Like, I don't understand. The Pacers, bro. I think this is a great opportunity to see some great, maybe 2014 Spurs descendant basketball. But like, man, bro, I just don't like the way these playoffs went. I don't even like I really want to blame KD. I really do, because he didn't make this. I'm like, bro, what is missing? Like, Bron's old, Steph's old. Like, bro, what's missing? Oh, Devin Booker was a 1 seed 3-4 years ago. You know, the Suns aren't there.
That's really the truth. If you think about it, all those guys that were supposed to be those next guys, even before Anthony Edwards, Ja was a 1 seed, a 1 or 2 seed a couple years ago. Devin Booker was a 1 or 2 seed. All those guys, they did not take that step. They did not take that step. Devin Booker, I mean, this guy you almost forget about. They was talking about him being, this is like another Kobe Bryant. This looks a lot like Kobe. I mean, the comparison is the thief of joy, and you see why. We got to stop with the comparison. I don't want to compare nobody to anybody else anymore. All my comparisons are going to be from the 80s basketball at this point. I'm going to start saying somebody looks like Alex English out there or something, because I'm tired of y'all comparing the people to the greats. And I know we got spoiled. I said this last week on the show. We got spoiled because we went right from Michael Jordan, right into Shaq, right into Kobe, right into LeBron, right into Steph and KD. And we got spoiled. That was a 20, 30-year run that we got of all-time greats playing back-to-back to back-to-back to back. Who is the next all-time great in the league right now? Jokic? That's over with. They got that one chip. They're never going to win again. Just like Giannis.
Ever.
Giannis is never going to win again. Like, that just is what it is. Like, I don't – unless they go to the Spurs, because I think Giannis is has a chance to win, because that NBA is about to pull their stimulus package and say, hey, we sending Giannis. That's how they got them 2 – how do you got 2 picks in the top 14? They finna trade Giannis to the Spurs to pair him up with Wemby, and that's going to be what tries to save the league. Because right now, if we're saying Oklahoma City is going to win because of SGA, and I'm like you, I'm not going to take nothing away from SGA. His game has developed a lot. What I do love about SGA over Anthony Edwards, even though a lot of people try to put Ant over him, he's going to take the shot. I saw games where he had 29 points and he might have went 10 for 29. That's what I want to see if you're the star player. I don't want to see 7 for 13. I don't want to see 6 for 12. That doesn't make any sense. You're paid to shoot the ball. SGA, he's a free throw merchant, all this stuff. Only way you become a free throw merchant is by being aggressive. You have to be aggressive first to get fouled. Anthony Edwards, they just double team you and you just get off the ball. Man, I don't like it, man. I don't like his body language after the press conference. I don't like anything about it. So let's stop with the Michael Jordan thing. I know y'all want to make somebody be the next Mike. Y'all really just find any way to try to carve out LeBron and just say, oh, well, this is going to be like, he's got that killer instinct like Mike. And shout out to one of the greatest to ever do what I've been doing in sports broadcasting, and that's Mike Wilbon. But I understand that this business is relationship-based. And ever since LeBron got into it with Stephen A., Mike Wilbon, every time he talks, he tries to take a shot at LeBron. And Mike Wilbon, historically, for somebody that's watched Mike Wilbon all the time, has always tried to defend LeBron. He never said he was just the best outright, but he's always said he's right there. Now, all of a sudden, earlier this week, he's talking about, y'all going to make me say LeBron is top 5? I don't have to say that. Now LeBron not top 5 anymore, bro, because he got into it with your homeboy. So now he's not even top 5. Like, I don't know what's going on. But y'all, people like that have been the guys that want to push Anthony Edwards. And, man, when you see that dunk, this looks like a young Mike out there. Like, come on, bro. Mike's second year in the league, he was getting 30. He was getting 30, and teams were averaging 85 points a game. He's getting 30 of those 85 as a second-year player. So, come on, man. Let's stop the comparisons. Let's stop all of this stuff. Going back to the Oklahoma City Thunder, I'm already starting to see the talks of this could be a dynastic team. This could be the start of a dynasty. How do you feel about that? I said yesterday I think it's a little premature to start calling these guys a dynasty. I get it that they're good, but it's hard for me to call them a dynasty. The last dynasty we just watched was the Warriors. We can't be serious in saying we're going to compare Oklahoma City to the Warriors. I don't think that. The last dynasty we saw before that was the Heat with LeBron. Do we think that this team is like that? Do we think this is the 2003 Spurs? Do we think this is the 2000 Lakers? Like, come on. Dynasty is a little bit of a stretch in my opinion. What are your thoughts on the dynasty thing that everybody's throwing out now?
Bro, in the playoffs, man, when we watching basketball, you're supposed to take, like, hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to feel like a heavyweight bout. Both teams are punching and you punch back. You know, I have not seen OKC get punched in their mouth at all this entire playoffs. And that's not to speak on, like, oh, okay, they're getting like that doesn't mean that you're a great playoff team. It just means because the Lakers didn't get punched in their mouth. They great run with Shaq and Kobe when they only lost one game, I think, or two.
But they couldn't.
You know,
they couldn't get punched in the mouth.
But they couldn't get punched in the mouth, and then they did it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they went back. You know, and back. I just do not see the Thunder getting tested unless Giannis goes to the Spurs or Dallas puts something together. Like Dallas just looks like they're gonna be, a top team.
Yeah.
But outside of that, unless they give Luka 2 big men that can block shots and catch oops, yeah, bro, they probably gonna go back because there's nobody in the West that's going to challenge this team, man. Like everybody's just nobody's that good. I don't see nobody that just like strike fear in your heart, outside of Jokic, But even that, like, man, Jokic, Jokic is Jokic, bro. Bro, Dwight Howard's beating him in one-on-one.
At Dwight Howard at 38.
I'm sorry, bro. Man, bro, I won't go that far. But
I'm saying they played in the bubble, and he had Jokic locked up.
Yeah.
And Dwight was 30, but Dwight was like 38.
Bro, like the West, this is why, like, Luka, this is what was special about Luka, bro. Like, it wasn't he don't play defense. It wasn't all that, bro. It was the moments. Luka had golden dust, bro, in the playoffs, in the moments, end of the game, late game. And you saw it years and years, bro. Like, I don't care what nobody say, man. Like, we gotta have somebody that can go and Shea. And you're right, they giving us Spurs a stimulus package. It didn't start this year either. It
No,
was as soon
they've
as
been
when we
doing
got to San Antonio.
they've been doing it every year.
Yeah, every year. How you got 3 straight top 3 picks, bro? 3 straight in a row?
The Hornets
yeah,
had
bro.
the Hornets
They
ain't won
coming,
20 games in 5 years, and they never get the top
bro.
3 pick. The Wizards ain't
The
won 20
Wizards,
games in 5 years. They never get it. The Spurs
the
done got it 3,
Wizards.
4 times, and then the Mavs sneak in and get the number 1 pick. Like,
Yeah, bro. Like they're trying their best to like, and it's no, I just don't. I do not think that if OKC is going to be a dynasty, bro, if they're going to be a dynasty, certain things can't happen. That's Giannis can't go to the West or with his Spurs. Because if that's the case, there you go. There's your 1 and 2 for the next 5 years. I don't care what nobody say. Wemby's putting it together, bro.
yeah, no,
He's putting it
Wemby's
together.
nice.
And them ten MVPs is coming. All right.
No, for real.
Because dude is averaging 4 blocks, bro, and just nobody cares. He ain't want a
It's
DPOY. You know what I'm
ridiculous.
saying? They keep giving it to the randoms, bro. I don't even know who won it this year. It might be Jalen
Evan
Williams who stole
Mobley.
everybody
How
else's
you get it
award.
to Evan Mobley and you getting killed by Pascal Siakam, but we give you
Bro,
Defensive Player of the Year.
45, bro. I mean 39, bro. Like, come on. Um, it's crazy, man. But they have a chance, bro. They do. But I don't see this as an all-time team. I see this as a team, a player that is probably the best of the best player, if not a top 3 player and top 2 player in the league right now, Shea. And then I see a team that just is taking advantage of what's out there, bro. And ain't nothing out there. There's nothing out there. I
Yeah,
don't have faith in nobody, bro.
no, because we're looking at the end. We're looking at the end of the Nuggets. The Nuggets don't even have a coach, so I'm not gonna. As great as Jokic is, he's the best player in the league. All of that, that's cool. That doesn't matter. I don't know who's gonna play. Their second best player this year was Aaron Gordon. Like you're not gonna win a
Aaron
championship.
Gordon, bro.
You're not gonna win a championship with a dude that should be a 4th best player on the championship team as your second best player. You're not gonna win a championship. The Clippers, like you said, the 2010 All-Decade team. Nothing to look at there. The Grizzlies, I don't even know. The Grizzlies are trying to blow up their team. I hate that they sabotaged Jaren Jackson Jr. I have no idea how he didn't make an All-NBA team, but that saves them like $200 million some kind of way. So that I thought that was crazy. That's some type of collusion. How do you, he should have won Defensive Player of the Year, and he was averaging like 20-something on a playoff team. Like, come on, I don't know how you don't make All-NBA. But, yeah, you look at the West. I mean, if the Lakers get a big, you have to consider them a threat. But LeBron's going to be 41. So how much of a threat do you even consider them? OKC, they have the makings of a dynasty. I compare this OKC team right now to the Warriors when they started their dynasty because of this. People have to remember the Warriors would not be a dynasty if Kevin Durant did not go to the Warriors. That's why they're a dynasty. Not because they built up and they did this. Yeah, they did all of that, but it was not going to be a dynasty. Matter of fact, they weren't going to win in 2015. In 2015, when they got their first championship, everybody remembers Kyrie got hurt, broke his hand, first game. They weren't supposed to get to the finals. They were down 2-1 to the Memphis Grizzlies, who I thought were better than them. Tony Allen breaks his hand, he's out for the rest of the series. They lost to the Clippers. That was their nemesis. It was supposed to be the Clippers going up. Chris Paul gets injured. The Rockets beat them in a 30-point comeback in the 4th quarter. And so they end up playing a weak Rockets team. And then he had Dwight Howard. We had Clay Capella, I think his rookie year. That's why the Warriors got there to even start their finals dynasty run. So OKC, kind of similar. Not saying that they played a bunch of injured teams. I just don't think they played any great teams because there weren't any great teams in the West this year. They get to the finals and you're getting ready to play a 50-win Indiana Pacers. And I like the Pacers. I like what they're doing, but let's be for real, y'all. Come on, man. This not. I can't consider them a dynasty yet because this Boston team is supposed to be a dynasty, and then Jason Tatum tears his Achilles, and it takes you out of this year and next year's running. So just that quick, your dynasty dreams can go up in flames. OKC has been probably the healthiest team this year. And their second best player, Chet Holmgren, is somebody who's historically not healthy. So there's a lot of things that go into them being a dynasty. I think this will be a good start for them. But in my opinion, let's just let them get this one. Let's let them get the one championship and celebrate because no Oklahoma team has won anything. The Sooners, Tulsa, the Thunder, I don't know who else they got out there. If they got a wrestling league, nobody won anything in Oklahoma. So just let the people in Oklahoma enjoy their time so far and enjoy this win for them. Speaking of, on SGA, though, I think he has a chance to put himself in a completely another category than how we've been thinking of him. The 30 points a game for the last 3 years. You go out here, averaging 30, you win Western Conference Finals MVP, you win the NBA MVP, you can become the first person to win three to sweep all three of those awards if they go out here and win Finals MVP like I think he's going to do. Where does SGA put himself as far as ranking in the NBA if he goes out here and gets him a championship?
He's one. If he wins a chip, he's one.
Okay.
He's number one. Over Giannis, over Joker, over Luka, he's one. If he wins. We needed his play style in the NBA. We needed somebody like that. We needed these shots to be highlighted in the NBA because we were getting too far away from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I am glad. I'm minusculely happy about that. That this player play style is been happening now. The fact that he plays in Oklahoma City, the commercials, all that extra other stuff, the Canadianness of it, like, all right, cool. But I am happy about that his play style is being highlighted. I just don't like the fact that, like, you didn't fight nobody, bro. Like, you're undefeated. It feels like he's an undefeated fighter that only fought, like, you know what I'm saying?
He's Devin Haney before he lost to Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, I feel like he only fought like part-time boxers, bro. Like, it's just not. You ain't beat nobody. Like, it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's like as soon as you met. To me, last year you went up against two players that had just as much aura as you. That could like, and nah, bro, you gonna have to do something about these dudes, bro. Like, they not finna shy away. They not passing the ball. They put the ball in the hoop, and you saw that in Kyrie, man. Like, you saw Kyrie and Luka last year, and that was extreme, like, heightened hoops, bro. But where has been that matchup in these playoffs? You know, it hasn't been here. The Nuggets was the closest thing. You know,
that was the closest
but
thing.
Again, but the Joker can't do it by himself, bro. Aaron Gordon was their second best player, bro. Aaron Gordon ain't never been nobody's second best player.
And he tore his hamstring off the bone before Game 7.
Oh yeah. And he got hurt in Game 7, bro. Like, and I didn't think the Nuggets was gonna win, bro. Y'all couldn't even put them away properly. You know, like, bro, I just don't like it. Shea is going to be one, but it's kind of like by default. Like,
yeah,
to me, bro, Wemby's gonna snatch that in like a year or two. Because once, bro, if they might not even need Giannis, is what's crazy. Like, they were approaching it last year, bro. And once Wemby starts to click, bro, it's over with, man. It's over with. I think next year, when this whole thing comes around, it's gonna be it could be the Spurs. If Dallas could go back with their older roster, you know, it's kind of old guard, and with a young player thrown in there. The Celtics may be back. The Celtics, like, I mean, Tatum, poor Tatum, bro.
Yeah, this is
he can't never have it. He can't never be in the conversation, bro. But poor Tatum, man. It's crazy, bro. Like, no, you can't. The dynasty stuff, man. Shea has a chance to be cemented as a top 75 player in the NBA. So that's where I see it. Top 50 player. I'll say that because he'll jump Kyrie. He'll jump a lot of our favorites with players that we probably thought was better. But he's gonna jump a lot of them dudes with a championship and an MVP. Yeah, you gotta jump. You gotta jump Kyrie. You gotta jump T-Mac. You gotta jump. Who else, man? Whoever else. There's a lot of people he finna jump.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But it's the truth, man. It's the truth. The self, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where he's gonna stand because if it's one of these things where he wins, it means like kind of like a Nuggets championship, an MVP situation. It's like okay, whatever. I might have to put it on the back burner, like, man, because the Celtics, I don't know what's happened. I don't know. Before Tatum went down, the way they looked against the Knicks, they say Chris has got an autoimmune disease that I ain't gonna mention, but bro, do you remember Chris last year?
Bro, Chris is terrible. I'm not gonna say I hope it's a disease. I hope there's something other than basketball reasons why he's so bad. He was terrible this year.
Them first 2 games in the finals last year, like, forget Jalen Brown.
Oh yeah, he was killing.
Porzingis was
Drew Holiday and Porzingis was the reasons they destroyed the Mavericks like that. Because their 2 best players barely averaged 20. Jalen Brown and Tatum, they barely averaged 20. But Drew Holiday was doing what he was doing defensively, and Porzingis was literally just shooting over P.J. Washington. It was like he wasn't even standing there. And for that to be gone, that's why I talked about it yesterday. Celtics about to have to blow up their team, so that dynasty is that's how quick it could change. I thought the Celtics were about to be a dynasty. They had everybody under contract, 2 young players in their prime, and just that quick, it can all change. And now we're looking at, I don't even know who next, because the East is weak. The East is weaker than I've ever seen the East be weak. And everybody talk about LeBron played a weak East. This Eastern Conference is terrible. You know what it reminds me of? And you brought it up, those Shaq and Kobe Lakers in the early 2000s. That was the last time, because, of course, it was right before LeBron got in there. That was the last time the NBA was reeling, like hoping, hey, what are we going to do next? And they still had a Shaq. We don't have a Shaq right now. But when Mike retired, for those few years until LeBron got in there and got good, they didn't know what was going to happen. Thank God the Lakers got good. Because if not, it would have been a bunch of Spurs championships, which they still don't count right now. The Spurs, Tim Duncan went and got 5 of them, and they barely still give this man credit for those. But they didn't, even in Shaq and them, they didn't play anybody coming out the East. They played the Nets twice. They played the Sixers with the worst finals roster ever. So, like, they didn't play anybody, but what do you do when you're not playing anybody? You dominate. The Lakers made it be known, even though there wasn't a lot of great competition at that time in the league, we're going to dominate the people that come out here. So Oklahoma City has a chance to do that, but, man, it takes a lot to go into that. They had a Shaq and Kobe. They had two of the 3 best players in the NBA on the team at once. So that's why they were able to do that. Will OKC be able to do something similar? I'm not exactly sure. What the NBA is looking for, they're looking for that next LeBron, because LeBron really came in to say, they always want to talk about Magic and Bird saved the NBA. Let's talk about Bron saving the NBA. Who was coming out the East? Well, nobody wanted to see Jason Kidd keep coming out the East. The Pistons won the final, scoring 30 points a game.
Pistons. Bro, please go watch a Pistons game, bro. Like,
I love that team. I used to watch them all the time. But the scores were nasty. Matter of fact, when they went and lost to the Spurs the next year in Game 7, I think the final score was like 75-70. Like, come on, like some of that is good defense. Some of that is just nasty basketball at the same time. But that's where we're headed to right now, in my opinion. Because with Tatum getting hurt, who's coming out the East? I don't ever want to hear anybody bring up the Cavaliers again. They're not those guys. Nobody on there is an alpha. Nobody. Donovan Mitchell has alpha tendencies. Everybody else, and Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, I don't want to hear about none of those dudes anymore. So I don't care if the Cleveland wins 70 games next year. I'm not picking them to even get to the conference finals. Boston, their best player is going to be gone pretty much the whole year. The Knicks are there by default. The Pacers might go back and they might win 40 games next year. After that, it just gets ugly. We're talking about the Pistons were the 6th seed this year. The Heat, I just talked about, were the 8th seed. They won 37 games in the regular season. So the state of the NBA right now, man, it's kind of reeling. They need LeBron and Luka to be good next year. They need Giannis to go to the Spurs, or really anywhere in the West. Really they need Giannis to get somewhere in the West so somebody can do something. Oklahoma City's got a chance to keep dominating, though, so I got to shout out to them. Folks, we got another game tonight, the Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks. That comes on tonight. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. I want to give you guys some local news and what's going on here in the Central Texas area. Tonight, MCC baseball plays in the national tournament as they have a chance to go out there once again. They stayed alive battling against Blinn. They won that game 18-9. Now they are headed out. They're in the World Series, the JUCO World Series, playing against Walter State. That game tonight is 7 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Make sure everybody goes out there or watches that to be able to support your local MCC Highlanders. Riesel falls short. Their softball team played this morning against Ganado. They lose in what was a very, very competitive game, 5-4. Riesel, a record-breaking season for them, their first time getting a chance to go to state. So definitely shout out to all of those young ladies that were able to make that happen. They fell short, but nonetheless still a phenomenal season for them. The Midway Panthers, baseball team and softball team, competing in the state tournament. The softball team will play on Saturday against Clear Springs to play in the state tournament game. The baseball team will play in a semifinal game for the first time in 20 years. They'll play in the semifinal game. That game is today. So we'll be tuning in to check out to see what Midway Baseball was able to do for that game as well. Also, Robinson High School here locally will play on Friday at 10 a.m. as they'll take on Aubrey again. So a lot of Central Texas talent still playing right now in softball and baseball, representing our city pretty well as of right now in the state tournaments. A new baseball softball complex is getting planned here in the Waco, Texas area. Central Texas business owner has unveiled plans for a new baseball and softball complex in Waco, transforming 50 acres of woods off Golson Road into a sports facility aiming to boost local athletics. So that is great news to hear. I always like to see when people are investing in this community and helping out these young kids, man, because we got a lot of talent in this Central Texas area, a whole lot of talent. Baylor football announces their 2025 season kickoff time as they will take on Auburn University week 1 right here at McLean Stadium, and that game is scheduled for 7 o'clock on a Friday. So we're going to get Friday night lights to start off the season. But for the Baylor Bears, I can't wait to be able to watch that game. Kyra, what do you think about Baylor kicking off their season against Auburn? You know, we used to seeing them play against Tarleton State and Air Force and teams like that. But they're giving themselves a test to come out right away, playing against the Auburn Tigers week 1 on a Friday night.
Yeah, man, that's huge, man. Like that's an opener. You know, you want to fill some seats and get a city excited about football season. Open the season up in McLean. Yeah, man. I'm not sure how Auburn's recruiting class was or who they got coming in. I know
they did good in the transfer portal, so they're supposed to be a lot better. And then they went and got Jackson Arnold out of Oklahoma, which I don't know if that makes them better because he was terrible last year at Oklahoma. But they got some transfers though.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what you need to do if you're Baylor football, man. You gotta play teams. Like, if you want to grow as a program, be seen, or which direction you want to go. You want to be on Charleston State, you know, or do you want to be closer to a blue blood? If you're not already a blue blood, you have to play the blue bloods. You can't be playing Kennesaw State and Tarleton State and all these other places, man, because it's not going to do nothing for you. It's going to be a tune-up game or whatever, man. No, man, you need to grow. You want to compete. You want to win, so you're going to have to get recruits. To get recruits, you're going to have to beat big dogs. All right? You're going to have to prove that, hey, man, you can come here and be on national television. You can come here and you're going to go to the league. You can come here and get NIL deals. And the only way that happens is if you're on TV. And ain't nobody putting Abilene Christian on TV, bro. Like, it's not happening. You know, so this is huge, man. That's a great move. I love that it's happening for Baylor and they're going after it. Now you just don't get blown out. You know, win the game. Yeah. You know?
I think they definitely got a chance to be able to do that. This Baylor team, I've been talking about them the last couple of weeks. They got to be going into this Big 12 with it being so wide open, thinking, hey, we got a chance to win this. If you go in thinking anything less than a chance to win this, you're selling yourself short. We saw the way they closed out the season last year with 6 straight wins. But to your point, you got to play those good teams at the beginning of the year, man, and put yourself in those conversations. Because last year, even though they won the last 6, it made Baylor look really bad starting 2-4 when your only 2 wins in that 2-4 start were against Air Force and Tarleton State. So that doesn't make you look good. It makes you look like you could have been 0-6. Now we ended up seeing that they turned that around at the end of the season, finishing off winning 6 straight games and finishing 5th in the Big 12. But that can't be our only expectations. Everybody's giving Sawyer Robertson a lot of credit. A lot of people, CBS Sports, all these different people are putting him as a top 10 quarterback. I watched Greg McElroy on ESPN, who runs ESPN College Football, on his show, And he said he's got Sawyer Robinson as the number 7 quarterback coming into next year. Well, if that's the case, we got to be thinking let's go out here and get a win. Because what other quarterbacks do you fear in the Big 12 right now? Sam Levitt, I know everybody's giving him a lot of love, but without Cam Scatterbo at running back, I just got to see it. I got to see what happens with Sam Levitt. But outside of that, there's no quarterbacks in the Big 12 that everybody fears. Maybe an Avery Johnson in Kansas State. He had some okay moments, I guess. But Baylor's got to come out here and try to dominate. It's going to start with games like this against Auburn. I'm excited to see it. I plan to be in the building for that game. That's going to be a huge game. And it's on a Friday night. Now, I don't know how the high schools feel about that because they're going to take a lot of the thunder and shine away from the season opener in high school football. But Baylor getting that season opener against Auburn, I think that's big. Just like you said, Kyrie, I think that'll be good for the program moving forward, especially if Baylor can go out there and get a win like I think they can. Because, I mean, I don't know if y'all watched Jackson Arnold last year at Oklahoma. I didn't see anything from Jackson Arnold at Oklahoma last year that makes me be scared of him. He got benched like twice, lost a spot to a true freshman. So I'm not going to go in and say, oh, we should be scared of them. They do got that receiver, Coleman, out there at Auburn. He is a dog. So they're going to have to do something about that, and they did good in the transfer portal as well. So that should be a really fun game, interesting game to start the season off. Want to go into some quick takes, folks, here. We got about 30 minutes left on the show here today. Want to jump over to some quick takes and just what's going on here in the world of sports. The Pittsburgh Steelers, talked about them yesterday and their QB situation. To say the least, it is confusing. They're waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Apparently, Aaron Rodgers has a deal on the table, but he hadn't accepted the deal. I don't know if his phone's not on because he's in one of those dark rooms or whatever he's doing or why he hasn't accepted the deal, but he hasn't accepted it. As of right now, their quarterbacks are Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, and Will Howard. Mason Rudolph is a guy that's most known for almost getting hit in the face with a helmet for Myles Garrett. Skylar Thompson had plenty of chances playing with a good offense on the Miami Dolphins, and he looked terrible every single time. And Will Howard was missing wide open passes at the NFL Combine thrown against air. So obviously nobody on that roster, at least in my opinion, is somebody you would consider a really good quarterback. But Roman Wilson, a receiver for the Steelers, says, talking about Mason Rudolph, he is an elite quarterback, really locked in and bought into the program. I don't know if weed is legal in Pennsylvania or not, but whatever they got out there has to be really good for Roman Wilson to come out and say something crazy like this. What do you think about him saying Mason Rudolph is an elite quarterback?
Yeah, man, that's like winning, bro. Like at Oklahoma State. Like, what are we talking about here?
For real.
Has he been on the field? Did he play last year?
Yeah, he played last year. I want to say for who did he bench? Oh, he took Will Levis' spot. When they benched Will Levis, he came in for Will Levis and was so terrible on the Titans that they put Will Levis back in the game.
Right. So yeah, you didn't earn a spot, bro. Will Levis was on both knees at the 50, bro. So like, he gave you that spot. It wasn't like you earned it, bro. Yeah, Mason Rudolph, man. Like, yeah, bro. What are you talking about?
Elite is crazy. If he would have said good, I would have been mad. He said elite. That just makes me think you're on drugs or something, bro. Are you trolling at this point? Come on. I don't know what's going on with the Steelers. I think Mike Tomlin I'm starting to look at this almost like sabotage. I think Mike Tomlin wants them to be bad so they can fire him and he can go to another team. Because this doesn't even make sense. How have you not been able to pick one good quarterback? One. You haven't found one good quarterback in what? He took over the job in like 2007. It's almost 20 years. You haven't found one good quarterback in 20 years. That's alarming. I'm hoping that you're trying to tank or you're trolling or something so that they fire you. Because if not, this is terrible. And I love Mike Tomlin. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. But that 8-8 stuff is only going to take you so far, man. 8-8 is only going to take you so far. And why can't you pick a quarterback? Everybody will say, oh, they didn't take Shedeur Sanders in the first round. They didn't take anybody. They took who was, in my opinion, one of the worst quarterbacks in the draft, and that is Will Howard. That's what they took in this year's draft. Like, out of all the quarterbacks, I'd have been happy with them taking Quinn out of Texas. You took Will Howard, the guy that was missing, throwing against air at the Combine. He was missing so bad that Shedeur had to come out and say, y'all stop picking on this dude. That's how bad he was missing against air. There was no DBs. There's nobody but you and the AC. It wasn't even wind. They were in the Colts dome. They have a dome. So there was no wind. And you were missing throwing the ball 10 yards behind the receiver. That's crazy, man. What are the Steelers doing with their quarterback situation? Are they really just waiting on Aaron Rodgers that bad, or they just don't care anymore?
They're waiting on the wrong. Hey, man, they don't care about this season. It's two teams I feel like are just both waiting on 2026. I know people speculate that the kid's going to play 2 years at Texas, but the Saints and the Steelers, their moves just don't make sense to me, man. They just don't. The only thing that makes sense to me is like they're trying to be bad so you can have the number one pick next year. And, for both those teams, it makes sense. The Mannings don't want Arch playing for, the Jaguars or something. I'm pretty sure they want him to go to a good historic franchise.
They probably want him to go to New Orleans. That's where they daddy played.
And on the other hand, they family's from New Orleans. He went to high school in Louisiana.
Yep.
So, it just seems like they're angling to have a shot at Arch. Because what are you doing? You waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is on tour. He ain't coming to play no football, bro.
He probably ain't even picked up a football this whole summer.
Man, he probably just he gonna get a check. He gonna get to camp, and y'all gonna realize this dude is washed. He's been washed for 2 years, man. So I'm not. I don't know what they're doing with their quarterback situation. Ever since draft day, skipping on Shador, both teams, it was just like, yeah, this smells like y'all don't care about 2025, and y'all are going after what's his face, Arch Manning, because why? What are y'all going to trot out there? Y'all going to subject y'all fan bases to 20 to 17 games of I don't know who's going to start for I guess Spencer Rattler is going to start for the Saints.
I guess. I don't even know.
Is that going to happen?
Between him and Tyler Shook, they the only two there. Between them.
Come on, bro. Everybody go look up Tyler Shook. Whatever his name is. Go look up his college stats, bro.
Terrible. And
you tell me if y'all got a reason to be excited. I don't know who is in the Steelers QB room outside of Will Howard.
Skylar really Thompson, Mason Rudolph, and Will Howard is their three quarterbacks.
But Mason Rudolph went back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph went back. He's the projected starter right now.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's the Arch sweepstakes, bro. Y'all not winning 3 games. You just aren't.
I don't understand. Like, it has to be a sabotage. That's the only thing I can think of. Either they're tanking for Arch, or Mike Tomlin is tanking for the Kansas City Chiefs job or something. And he thinks Andy Reid is going to retire. Like, I don't know what's going on. This doesn't make any sense to me. You don't pick a quarterback to the 6th round, and when you pick him, is Will Howard. Doesn't make any sense. But Roman Wilson, just stop the cap, man. Just come on, bro. We know this your homeboy. You and Mason Rudolph probably play Fortnite together or whatever. Hey, stop it, bro. Not only is he not an elite quarterback, he's not a good quarterback. Any team that is going into a season as a starter with him should give money back to their fan base. He's not a top 50 quarterback in the NFL. 50. That means there's probably 10, 15 backups that are better than him. So come on, man. Let's be for real, y'all. Let's be
put
for
money
real.
on it.
Yeah, like
what do you think DK is thinking, man?
Man,
what was he thinking?
He's just probably enjoying whatever contract extension they gave him at this point, because ain't nothing to think. Not for going into this season,
bro. You think you finna be Josh Gordon or something, bro? Like hooping with bad quarterbacks?
No, because he wasn't doing it with good. He wasn't doing it with good quarterbacks. So no, I don't think he's gonna do good with a bad quarterback.
Hey man, your best bet is to hurt one of them foot bones, one of them unimportant foot bones in training camp, and just miss the season, bro.
Go on, miss the season, enjoy that cash, bro. They just
you're gonna be out there running sprints, no catches, just sprints.
Cardio for 16 weeks.
Man, I bet you in third by week 6, we're gonna see the Steelers or the Saints punt on 3rd down.
Hey, we've seen teams get close to that. Didn't the Giants take a knee on like 3rd and 20? Them boys took a knee. That That should have you. Everyone wish they did. Everybody got fired, but that should have everybody get fired
Bro, we're
twice.
gonna see them doing drop kicks and all types of stuff, bro. Like, hey, they better pull out some stuff from the 60s. They're gonna be punting on first down. Let's just put TJ Watt back out there.
At this point, I'll put him out there at
Yeah.
QB because what Mason Rudolph, y'all not even being serious. When you do that, you're not even being serious. If I was a Pittsburgh fan, I'd be pissed off because you're not even being you just playing with us. When you look at the depth chart and it says Mason Rudolph, week 1 starter. Come on, man. You want to lose. You're hoping to lose. You're going into every game hoping to lose, man. So hopefully they figure something out at Pittsburgh. I don't know what it's going to be, but free Mike Tomlin. I know he wanted to draft Shador, and the Rooney family said absolutely not. So, because every time Mike Tomlin talks about Shador, he's got something really, really nice and really good to say about him. So I know he wanted to draft Shador, and they said no. So he said, bet, I won't get a quarterback at all. We're going to lose. I'm going to go be the coach of the Packers. So I think that's what Mike Tomlin has got on his mind right now. This has been a topic going on, and I seen this, I think, yesterday. Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons was absent from the organized team activities, voluntary organized team activities. So, Kyrell, you're obviously a Cowboys fan and somebody that keeps up with all this stuff. Is this anything to make about him missing the voluntary workouts, or was he just not feeling like going to the workouts?
I mean, yeah, it's something to make of it because, we lost Dego. He was supposed to be our leader of our defense.
Mm-hmm.
And the games the Joneses are going to play when it comes to giving people contracts, only time I really didn't see this was with Diggs. But if you're going to get the highest, if the Joneses are going to pay you the highest non-quarterback contract, probably they're the type of people like, but boy, you gonna have to earn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna have to show this little something. You gonna have to be a leader, and and be, they're gonna make him first. They want him to be the first lieutenant, first kiss ass or whatever they want to do. They want him to do all the workouts. They want him to be that player. They want him to be Russell Wilson, bro. It's like, if you want this money, you gonna have to be Russell Wilson. And that's just the way it is. Like, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's not a big deal because football. Like, I feel like Michael don't do nothing like technical. Anyways, he just kind of go.
Yeah.
Like, just go. And, he just go. So, like, I don't think him missing these is like great. But the Joneses, I promise you, if he was there, that contract would be on the table. I promise you. But since he's not there, they're gonna be like, oh well. Yeah, he's not the leader that we want or whatever. But it's like, bro, okay, he's not there. I mean, at least he's not on the boat passing out pink powder. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be made into this big old thing, bro. And it's just like, all right, whatever. He should be there. If he wants his contract early, he should be there. If he now, I'm not worth the hundreds of millions of dollars. So, I can't advise what he should do in the situation. I understand anybody that don't got a contract set in stone going forward, not, wanting to risk, them twisting the ankle and them being the same, man, because that's really how it be, bro. Like, these ACLs and stuff, these Achilles, man, you really don't never, like, sometimes you don't never get that bounce back, man. Like, that little quick step, you got to get your money now. So I get it. But it is a big deal because this could easily bleed over into, he's not reporting to camp, or a sour relationship between the Joneses and Micah, or you report to camp late, or you report late, and now you're hurt. You know what I'm saying? Early in the season, or you're hurt in camp. These are the things that I worry about. But it's just contract stuff, man. Like, dude, he earned the contract. As soon as y'all started calling the dude Lawrence Taylor, like, just pay the dude and get it over with. Y'all should have paid him then. Like, I don't know why the Cowboys are always so late on
giving dudes
so their contracts. I mean, they're good. You could have saved so much money as soon as ESPN got on there. Oh yeah, man, it might be Lawrence Taylor contract right now. It's never going to be cheaper than it is right now.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? And to have this going on while you just saw what happened last year when y'all did this with two of your offensive players. You did it with two players, and y'all were terrible because neither one of them, Dak was there, but there was number one wasn't there. So it was like, okay, you might as well not even have a quarterback there because it's like, bro, y'all just learned this lesson last year. You don't pay dues, they don't report, y'all suck.
It's that simple.
So
I don't get why they don't. You look at the Eagles, they hurry up and get it out the way. The Chiefs, they hurry up and get it out the way. We know we're gonna have to pay you, so there's no reason in us playing around and well maybe we say we want this plus this and add some extra incentives. Man, just tell his lawyer to write out a contract and both of y'all sign it. It should be that simple. You know you're gonna pay him the
you
highest
don't get no
amount ever.
discount, bro.
You're gonna pay him the highest amount for a non-quarterback ever. That's what's gonna happen. There's no getting around it. You're not gonna sweet talk him into it. You're not gonna play hardball in him taking a dip. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna pay him the highest contract ever. Why not just get it over with? I don't get that. They did it with Dak twice. They just did it with CD. Like, what is the point? What do they gain? Is it something that Jerry Jones feels like he's winning or something like that? I don't know what it is, but I hope that they hurry up and pay this dude because it's only gonna get worse from here. Every day you wait, it's gonna get more expensive.
Telling you walking into you playing these types of games this offseason, bro, you're gonna get embarrassed on Thursday night. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like, why are you even playing? It's a reason high school, college, every level but the NFL. This type of stuff is involved because all this stuff is important in getting ready for a season. Way back in all that stuff is important from March on, you know? You gotta get locked in. You gotta be building camaraderie. You gotta be getting your body ready to be making these moves and cuts and leading these young dudes that we just got on the teams in these OTAs or whatever. But or the whole but hey, it's the games they want to play, the lessons they gotta keep getting taught. So hey man.
Yeah,
it's only one reason he's not there.
It can only be one reason. It's got to be money related. He's not just going to randomly miss workouts because he feels like going to Cancun. Hey, I know Stephon Diggs seen that camera, bro. There's no way you didn't see somebody holding their phone out while you out here passing out Pink Panthers to these young women. Like what is
facing the camera?
What is going on? What thought process? Well, forget the thought process. How smacked do you have to be to not notice the camera? He's having the time of his life. Like, it's not somebody with a camera a foot away from him. Like, you don't got to go to OTAs the next day. Then I seen videos, Stephon Diggs, regardless of the news going on around him, still going out here and working hard. It was a video of him working out in on some grass with no shoes on.
Them three shuttles, man. Them three little shuttles. Them three little shuffles.
Man, he's trying to work. He's trying to work that sugar out of his system. That's all he's doing right there. He ain't getting no better at football.
Off my phone, man. That dude was a fiend. I'm gonna tell like, bro, come on now. Dude had a case for it and everything, bro.
He had a special case. Like, what is going? This man had it wrapped up in a package. That means he's dealing with the high end drug. Well, you know they're making a lot of money. He's not just getting it. I guess the old dime bag isn't good enough anymore. This guy's has presentation. Does it have a logo with a brand on it? Probably. Like, I know they do that for some of the weed, but you know weed is legal in certain places. How does dude get a packaged logo version of some pink cocaine? I don't know how that happens.
You know what that video made me think, bro?
What is that?
When I saw that video, my immediate thought was trade Trayvon right now.
You said trade
Get him
who?
off the team, bro.
Oh yeah.
Trayvon.
Oh yeah.
Trade him right now. Cause I need to see no more. He done knocked up because his big baby mama is like some other you talking about
Trayvon Diggs?
Yeah, I'm talking about 7.
Yeah. He got Joey Chavis pregnant. Crazy work.
Yeah. So that's a poor decision. Number
Crazy
one.
Work.
Two, they've been beefing about his rehab so much. This dude put out a documentary about how he been rehabbing because the Joneses came out pretty much said that they were unhappy with his rehab, right? Because he wasn't working with a team doctor, he was working with his own doctor. And then Trayvon dropped something on YouTube like, "Oh, my journey through my rehab or whatever," pretty much trying to show that he had been doing stuff. But bro, pays you $100 million, bro.
100 M's.
I don't care what you talking about. Get your ass up here to this to my doctor, bro. That's done a million
Immediately.
surgeries
We'll send the Uber to you. You don't even got to drive.
immediately. So like that had already been going on with Trayvon, and then his brother pop out on the boat with at the BBL boat, and I was like,
See, I
bro,
knew. Everybody was like, "Man, y'all don't want Diggs back just because he tore his ACL." No, I don't want Diggs back. I think he'd have been good for us
I
last
don't know.
season, but that was just whatever it was. Cool. We move on. He's going to another team. Once I seen him dancing to that sexy red in the photo shoot, hey, bro, we don't have to. I know what's going on here. Some decision making is not at the top priority. Some of your decisions are strange. You're bouncing up and down, dancing the
Yeah,
sexy
bro.
red. You're at the BBL meet on the boat. You're pulling out unknown substances. Like, did they just graduate from regular cocaine? Now the pink is the good one. I don't know. I don't indulge in that. Hopefully, no one watching this does. But I don't know what's going on with Steph Diggs. The good thing is he's on the Patriots and no one cares, and he just got another contract. So honestly, no one really
Bro,
cares.
hold on, Jalen, and that's another thing I want to bring up. What is it not illegal?
That's what I'm trying to. They were like, "Oh, well, we don't really know." They said he wasn't doing anything with whatever substance. We don't know what the substance was. All we saw him doing was holding it. But to my
Bro,
knowledge, cocaine is
out
making
your
them. He
pocket.
was making them call him names so he could pull this. I can't believe he did it on camera,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
He a wild
That's
guy.
another thing, man. That's why you got to trade Trayvon, bro, because that's not how it's supposed to go.
That's
The
his father
brother, the,
figure.
the wild brother, bro, the wild brother is supposed to be the little brother. It's a ticking time bomb. And, we already got Bland. They drafted Ravel. What else? What else? Who else we got? We signed no dude from Buffalo. Then just go. Just go ahead and trade him, bro, for a little fifth, sixth round pick or whatever you can get for him at this point. Because that contract is just looking worse and worse. He keep getting hurt. His brother out here, both of y'all just making bad decisions. Your brother making worse decisions, but you still making not great decisions, bro. And at this point, I'm not gonna see where the ball is rolling. Let's just get you off the team. He's my favorite corner ever, and my Cowboys tenor, bro. But you gotta go.
And like the decision making, I don't understand. I've never had $100 million or anything close to that. But I imagine you get to pick, cream of the crop. You pick really whoever you want to go out here and be your BM. You became somebody's fourth famous BM or baby daddy. Like, how does that happen, Trayvon? I don't get it. She got a kid with Bow Wow, bro. That means that she's been messing with famous people for 15 years. Bow Wow hadn't been famous in 20 years. And you decide, I'm going to be number 4. Like, the decision-making is at an all-time low for a lot of these professional athletes. I unfortunately have to see it a lot because my team is the Rockets, and we know what Jalen Green is dealing with right now. That's why he can't hoop. His head ain't on his shoulder straight. So I don't know what's going on with these dudes, man. Hopefully nothing happens to Stephon Diggs. But, it's almost possession with intent is what they could almost charge you with from the video. Just look around next time. Have a radar that goes off when somebody has a video camera out, man. But shout out to Diggs. He's definitely having him a great summer because he's not going to have any fun when they go to Boston and win 4 games on the Patriots. This is a topic I seen on social media. Who had the better college football run? 1-year run. Both of these quarterbacks had just a 1-year run. 2 quarterbacks, Cam Newton and Joe Burrow. These are 2 quarterbacks that had, in my opinion, probably the 2 best runs, if we're talking about just a 1-year run, in the last 20, 25 years. Right up there with a guy like Vince Young at Texas back in 06 or 05, whichever year that was. This is a tough one. This is a toss-up. There's really no wrong answer in this. For me, I'm going to go with Cam Newton. I'm always going to go with Cam Newton, but my reason for going with Cam Newton over Joe Burrow, I know Joe Burrow has the most historic quarterback season in college football history, but he's also going to have one of the best teams in college football history, especially if we're talking about on the offensive side of the ball. You're literally going to have 2 guys. You add 2 guys at receiver that are the 2 best receivers in the league and are going to be the 2 best receivers in the league for the next 5, 6, 7 years probably. So that's what I have to fault you on. If I had to pick anything, it's apples and oranges when you're picking between these seasons. Cam Newton went and won a natty playing in the SEC just like Joe. Went and won a natty with a team where nobody went to the NFL. The only person that went to the NFL on that team was Nick Fairley, who was a D tackle, which has nothing to do with whatever Cam Newton was doing. Nobody on the offense, nobody, 1 through 50 on that whole offense went to the NFL. Only one that did, Cam Newton, and they won a natty, and he won the Heisman, all while making it look easy. If you had to pick between those two, who had the better one-off season, Joe Burrow or Cam Newton?
It's Cam, bro. It's not even close. Like you cannot name. I was gonna say the exact same thing you did. Like there's only 2 people I can name from that Auburn team. It's Nick Fairley and Cam Newton.
That's it. Nobody else went to the league.
Nobody else on that team. Everybody else is coaching high school football, selling cars, doing whatever they got to do, bro. Costco managers, whatever, bro. Like they all, like there's nobody on that team. Like I think the person that catching the ball in his highlights, like was a receiver, but he was like was an outside receiver, but his number was like 40 something.
Yeah, he was like number 21.
Like,
I remember that. You're like, what are you doing with
You know how terrible you got to be, bro? You know how bad you got to be to put in the coaches to give you a 40 as a receiver? They don't care about you, dude.
That was a punishment. That has to be punishment.
Bro, because they didn't know what you was going to play. They just gave you 40 because you could be on punts in that 1 week. You know, like, or, you know, it was crazy, man. I feel like their running back might have been good, but I can't even remember that dude. Like, who was that? You know, I don't remember him doing nothing. Bro, first of all, secondly, when you think about Cam's season, you see plays. You know what I'm saying? You see plays. You see the run against LSU. You see the rollout touchdown against was it Bama?
Yep.
Where Hail Mary, or was it South Carolina? South Carolina. Yeah, I think it was South Carolina. We rolled out through that like Hail Mary. At the end
I think that was South Carolina because they beat Bama without having to do a Hail Mary. Yeah.
Yeah. So I see them 2 plays, man. I see the truck say that play at LSU is goated. You know, that run against LSU was goated.
On a stacked LSU. There wasn't no weak LSU team.
Stacked LSU team, man. When I think about Joe Burrow, man, in the moments, bro, I just see the ball in the air. I don't really see Joe Burrow, bro. I see Jefferson. I see Chase. I see Stingley. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Facts. Joe Burrow was you know the play that pops up when I think about Joe Burrow, bro?
What's that?
The when he got laid out. You remember that play?
Yeah.
When he got laid out, and it's like the turning point for Joe Burrow's play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just started hooping after that. Bro, yeah. But I don't remember none of the plays where he was hooping. I just remember him getting laid out. Everything after that is just Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson that I see. Now, he got the ball there. Don't get me wrong. He definitely got the ball there. He's a good quarterback. But bro, like what Joe Burrow wasn't the player that I was just like that was jumping off the screen to me. It was Jamar Chase. It was Justin Jefferson. It was players on the defense. Joe Burrow was great, man. He was great. But we talking about Cam, bro. Like Cam took bro. You want to talk about dominating?
Auburn hasn't even been competitive before nor after. They had that one season they went with Nick Marshall. That was kind of some fluke stuff. They ran a punt. They ran a blocked field goal back to even get some of that is some fluke stuff. But I get it. Cool. I'll give them that. But they haven't been competitive for the most part 10 years before or 15 years after Cam Newton was there in 2010. Like, come on, man. It's Cam. Cam is, in my opinion, he's right there for best college football player of all time. Because we're not –
It's him and Tim.
Tim who? Tebow? No.
Tim's in there, bro.
Nah, bro. I ain't putting Tim. Nah,
he wasn't good, bro. But Tim, like, bro, you can't. Like, this not.
He was cold. I ain't saying he was cold, but we're not gonna act like they don't beat everybody by 70 points if Lamar Jackson don't play on that Florida team. Like if somebody else that's good, like I can't do that. Tim Tebow did have a historic run. He's up there, but that Florida team was ridiculous at the same time. Like them boys they was killing everybody and selling dope and shooting people at the same time on one team. Like
that's true. But it's just nobody. If I think about college football, it's like Tim Tebow was like that person.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
just wasn't probably gonna be that good in NFL, but just the blood on the jersey, bro. Like it was just that was football. I don't know, man. But yeah. Cam Newton over Joe Burrow 1,000 times, bro. Like, bro. Did you see that dude asked him at Auburn, asked him if he could have two?
Yeah, I seen that. He said, absolutely not. And that's the exact
Man, get your
response he
stupid
should have.
stuff out of there.
That's the exact response he should have had. Like, come on, bro. Don't make me into the, oh, we're just gonna keep this number going. Don't make my number the legacy number, and then you mess up the legacy as soon as you get on there. We're talking about somebody that's right up there as best ever for football. He won a chip. He won the Natty on a terrible team. I'm looking at their stats now. Their leading receiver was Darvin Adams. I don't know who
Darvin Adams.
That was their leading receiver. Was Darvin Adams,
bro,
with 900 yards. Cam led the team in rushing.
That like I remember.
Bro, Cam had 30 throwing touchdowns and 20 rushing touchdowns. Like, come on, bro. He led the team in rushing. He rushed for 1,500 yards and threw for 3,000. Like, best football,
get out of here, bro.
Best college football player ever on a terrible team. That's crazy numbers. If he plays for Alabama, if he played for Miami, anybody, he did this on a historically horrible team who is still right now historically horrible. They haven't rebounded yet. That was 15 years ago. So Cam, come on, man, we got to put him right there at the top. I'm not taking that from nobody. About to talk about this Knicks versus Pacers game before we close out here tonight. Have you been seeing this thing online with the people talking about opening the LeBron highlight vault? I don't know if you've seen that on like TikTok.
Open the vault, man.
Some of these highlights I almost forgot about. Like, LeBron is easy. Obviously, if y'all watch the show, y'all know I got LeBron as the greatest of all time. But even if you want to debate that, he's going to have the greatest highlight tape of all time, and it's not even going to be close. Some of the stuff this dude has done, and a lot of that comes from him playing for 20 years, but some of the highlights, this guy's got fadeaways from half court while we got the LeBron can't shoot it. He couldn't shoot till year 15. This man's got fadeaways from half court. He's got game winners on Kobe. For all of the, man, he'll never have that mom. Why do we just bury those highlights? How did we bury the highlight of him hitting the game winner on Kobe, and then the Lakers got the ball back after calling the timeout to go hit a game winner, and LeBron blocked Kobe's shot? One-on-one, no help defense. Why do we throw these highlights away? But LeBron is going to have the coldest highlight tape. You got to break his up in sections. You can't even just watch a highlight tape because it's too much material. 2009 has to be a whole 30 minutes of the highlight tape by itself. Just 2009. Don't even show anything else. Just show him putting his chin above the rim. Like, it's actually crazy. You've been seeing these online?
Bro, look, Jalen, it done got to the point my whole TikTok is just open the vault, bro. Like, these dudes literally, like, they almost tricked me. Like, I almost forgot. You know what I'm saying? Almost forgot, like, how blasphemous it was that they even mentioned that ball fraud, bro. Like, I'm not trying to talk about it. I'm not trying to hear it, bro. Heavy pull from half court. Fading away from the basket, bro. He's not leaning forward. And you get a heavy pull in the playoffs over the MVP, bro. Fading away from the basket. This dude fell out of bounds behind the backboard, like parallel to the ground, bro. He's shooting the ball from behind the back. That mother goes up and in. 3 months later, he does it from the other side. You gonna quit talking about Brian, bro? Like, y'all like, I saw a video. Dude was like, "Oh man, I grew up with Miami, Brian." I was like, "Dang, Miami, like, yes, you didn't see." That's how young these dudes are.
Cleveland LeBron is my favorite LeBron. That first run in Cleveland, bro, that's the most athletic human we've seen play a sport. I don't care what nobody says.
Bro, my first, because I wasn't even really watching basketball when we was this young, bro. But my first Bron moment was the 25 points against the Pistons, bro. That's the first time I watched Bron play live. Like, for real, and remember it. Bro, y'all not finna trick me, bro. Y'all not finna trick me. Even 2018, dude had Marcus Smart in the post at the three-point line. He had him and backing him down at the three-point line. One dribbles
Turnaround jumper from the
Defensive
three.
player of the year,
Swish.
by the way. Marcus Smart.
Swish. Y'all want, and then that's just I'm just talking about the scoring, bro. We didn't even talk about the real thing to make him better, which is that he's probably the best passer since Magic.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if Mike had did some of them passes, if Kobe had did some of them passes, that's another thing. I know I say it all the time. Y'all gonna quit with this Kobe Bryant stuff, bro. Don't make me disrespect the dude, man. He already passed.
But
Okay?
we gotta
like,
stop.
I'm not trying to. We gotta stop, bro. The argument was over in 2007. Kobe went back to back. We did not care.
No, for real.
He was not
Hey,
back. Like, we did not care, bro.
I seen
That's
somebody
facts.
say the other day the best thing that happened for Kobe's legacy is that LeBron did not get to that finals in 2009.
Because y'all would have had to witness. Just like on the side of Quick and Homes, y'all would have been witness, bro. Because, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I literally just saw a tweet like an hour ago. Oh, somebody said, well, this is why he could never beat Kobe or something. Like, Kobe had to do. It's like, bro, LeBron waxed Kobe repeatedly in the regular season.
Almost every chance he got to play him, they destroyed him.
Every chance, bro. Like, I don't even know where we got this from. This is why when dude went back to back, we did not care. Brown was the best player in the league,
Best
bro.
player.
Like, it was cool. The public commercials was cool, but we knew who was one.
Back then.
We knew who was one back then, bro. Before he even got before he even lost to the Mavericks, bro, the conversation was over. This dude, Kobe, had the trophy in his hand. Yeah, he's second.
Yeah, man, it's bad. I don't know how we keep getting it, and I got to go back to Mike Wilbon, man. He's the OG at all of this. But I seen him saying that. Y'all, the public, I'm not just going to do it. I watched all the games. They want me to put LeBron in front of Kobe. I'm not going to do it. Why wouldn't you do it, Michael? Why wouldn't you put him in front of Kobe? I need somebody to give me a real reason besides a feeling. Yeah, I don't know if y'all thought this dude looked good or something. Y'all just, everything is about it. Every time we bring up Kobe, it's a feel. But he was going to take that shot. He missed literally most of them. Almost every game-tying opportunity Kobe had or game-winning opportunity Kobe had, he missed. And the ones he made y'all feel so good that you're like, man, Kobe, in them clutch moments, he's going to make it. Well, actually, he's not. Pau Gasol made it. The Celtics loved playing Kobe. When he got rid of Shaq, the Celtics loved playing Kobe. I've never seen Kobe have a really good game against the Celtics. They destroyed him, including the finals that they won when half their team got hurt. And they still only won off a buzzer beater shot by Ron Artest, not Kobe. They still only won off a buzzer beater by Ron Artest. That's the only reason they won in a game 7 when 2 or 3 of their starters, they had a 40-year-old Rasheed Wallace playing center against Bynum and Powell. And the only reason they won is because Ron Artest hit a game winner. Like, come on, bro, let's stop it.
It's only because it's Bron, though, bro.
It is.
That's what be pissing me off. Because it's so emotional the way they, like, talk about and hinder this dude, bro. It's never been about winning. Tim Duncan has never been in nobody's top 5, bro.
Nope.
Nobody's.
He's in mine. But
y'all want to talk y'all want to talk about Bron losing, bro. You went to the championship 10 straight times, bro. I guarantee you that will never happen again.
No.
Ever.
No.
Not
in my
maybe
lifetime.
Wemby.
Nah.
Maybe Wemby, but he's not even a human. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even think he can do it either.
He's French.
Bro.
He probably
But,
smokes cigarettes. He ain't going to have that long of a prime. Them Europeans, they get on the cigarettes
it's
quick.
It's all emotional, bro. Wilbon. How you going to you? Bron not top 5 now? You say he was top
all because he said something about your homeboy.
That's the most punkest stuff I've ever heard in my life, bro. And I know exactly what you're talking about because I've seen him, and now he on TV all the time in the morning. Yeah. You don't never see Mike Wilbon in the morning.
No.
20 years, bro. I ain't never seen Mike Wilbon on TV in the morning. It's always been 4 o'clock, bro.
4 o'clock, PTI.
PTI. Mike Wilbon coming on or Sports Center after some games or something, bro. Yep. He ain't never been on the morning. But as soon as Stephen A. now he needs some backup, bro. Like, man, bro, y'all gonna have to stop, bro. These two, not so much Mike. I feel like Mike Wilbon just he having a moment. Stephen A. been in the phase, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, y'all gotta stop with this emotional Because there's no way. Like, bro, I love Mike. I don't hate Mike, bro. Space Jam was like my favorite movie growing up, bro.
Easily
Before
my
I
favorite
saw
movie.
LeBron. And I did, Jalen, am I lying, bro? Am I lying? I didn't even like LeBron in 2011. I did not, bro.
Nah, definitely not.
I was not
You
rooting
was
for
going
them,
for the
bro.
Mavericks, and you was going for the Bulls.
So going for the Mavericks. And I thought the move was weak. I wanted him to go to the Bulls. You remember that?
Yep, yeah.
I wanted him to be play for the Bulls, bro.
Yeah.
I was a D Rose fan, bro.
That's what they was
You know
doing.
what I'm saying? I thought it was so weak, bro. And, bro, but you know what happened? I watched basketball. I kept watching. I watched him play against Kevin Durant, my other favorite player, because he went to UT in 2012. And LeBron was the better player in his MVP year. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just watch. Let go all this emotional, nostalgic stuff, bro. This dude cannot pass the ball. Bro, first of all, you can't be the GOAT if they were sagging off of you, bro, at the 3-point line. You can't be the GOAT. That's a rule, bro. If you get sagged off of, bro, you cannot be the GOAT. if anybody ever looks at you and say, we'll live, you can't be the GOAT, bro.
Yeah.
You cannot. I'm sorry.
Because they used to try it on Bron, and it
sorry.
didn't work.
And then it's just the propaganda that pisses me off, bro. Scotty did the same dunk.
No, for
From the free throw line, Scotty did the same exact dunk, bro. You can't find that video nowhere.
No, they hate when you bring up Scottie Pippen. You can't bring him up. It's got to all be Mike.
This dude retired, bro. They won 6 or 7 less games. Scotty led them back to the Eastern Conference Finals.
6 or 7 less games.
Am I tripping?
They won 50 games, bro. They won 50 games when the best player left. Every team LeBron has left goes to the lottery. And some of the teams he left became the worst teams in NBA history. That Cleveland team after he left. It was terrible.
The Heat after he left.
The Heat after they
bro,
left.
Dwayne Wade was in Cleveland 2 years later.
Yep.
He was in Cleveland 2 years later trying to roach.
The only player that left that team was LeBron. Everybody else stayed, and they became one of the worst teams in the league.
It's just ludicrous, bro. It's like I didn't even watch the game. Ray Allen saved him. Ray Allen, bro. Who made the previous 4 buckets?
That's why I'm glad. I seen people getting mad at LeBron because he wasn't giving Ray Allen credit. Because he said on the show, he just talked about it on his show with Steve Nash and was like, I envisioned myself making that shot. It ended up being Ray. But I told myself going into that fourth quarter, I'm going to make every single play out here. And he scored 16 straight points. And Ray Allen hits a 3, and they said, man, he saved him. He scored 16 straight in the finals.
Bro, I literally hate y'all, bro. I hate y'all, man. This is what's wrong with America, bro. And yeah, I'm going to go there. This is exactly why we at right now. I'm talking about your elected officials, bro. This is exactly why where we at right now, because y'all don't live in reality, bro. Put them side by side, man.
Nah,
right?
for real.
If Mike was here, he'd probably be top 2, bro, top 3. But he would not be better. Like Brian, bro. Brian was the best player to ever touch a basketball.
He's done more with less.
It's not even funny.
I don't know why how do we get the chance to discredit Phil Jackson? And literally because Michael Jordan didn't like Jerry Krause. We just made Jerry Krause some type of bad GM, and he might be one of the best GMs ever. But we made him be a bad GM because him and Mike got into it.
Did he draft Scotty, bro?
He drafted Scotty.
Bro, Scotty was in a middle school gym playing college basketball, and this dude found him. Because can't nobody tell me what school Scotty went to right now. Scotty don't even know what school he went to.
Scottie Pippen still talked like a slave when he found him. And he said, you know what, this dude could be good at basketball, maybe. And got him, but all the trades he made, them getting the Steve Kerrs, the Craig Hodges, all of these guys, he made those pieces. They lost Horace Grant, who was one of the best power forwards. Krause, no credit. Phil Jackson got 11 championships. We can't give Phil Jackson no credit. Can't give Scottie Pippen no credit. He's a top 50 player ever, maybe the best defender ever. Can't give him no credit. It's got to be Mike.
They tried to make me think Ron Harper was
trash or something. This dude was averaging
Allen,
20. Bro, he averaged 20 for 5-6 years.
Bro, they had me thinking dude was Tony Allen, just all defense, no offense.
Like, no,
Bro,
these dudes was
this
nice
This dude was a scorer.
for 5-6 years
What are they
straight.
talking about?
Averaging
20 in
20.
the 90s. First of all, 20 in the 90s.
It's tough.
It's 28 today. I say it's 28 today.
And almost 30 if you a guard, because you got every possession, you got to pass the ball down low just to make sure the big man's still sorry. Got to give him the guard him there. Hey, shout out LeBron, man. If y'all ain't looked on social media already, just go look up LeBron James highlights, open the vault, because that's what's going on right now. Folks, we're out of time here on Centex Primetime. Kyrell, this game just started. Who you got tonight? Did the Pacers finish this off, or did the Knicks hold them off for at least another game?
I got the Knicks, bro. I got the Knicks. I feel like, they did some the Knicks is doing their secret Villanova handshake before the game. They ain't gonna go out like that. They're gonna win tonight, losing 6.
Yeah, I think the same. I think they're going to lose in Indiana, but they definitely going to give them every opportunity to win because it's already bad enough it's going to be Oklahoma City versus Indiana. The marketing team for the NBA just woke up in the middle of their worst nightmare ever because you have to go to Oklahoma City and Indiana and market that to people and make them want to watch basketball. But so they're going to give the Knicks a chance. I got the Knicks winning tonight too as well, and then probably losing in game 6 if I had to guess. If they lose tonight, somebody fire Coach Tibbs, and then can we please stop talking about the Knicks because they're not good. So I don't hope they lose tonight, but if that happens, that's what needs to happen, folks. But we're out of time here today on Centex Primetime. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us today. Not only today, but all week long here on the show. Well, make sure you guys go over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button on Centex Sports TV over on YouTube. You can follow me, bottom ticker there, at Jalen Gillis. You can follow the show on Instagram as well, at Centex Primetime. Want to thank Kyrell for jumping on here with us. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, right here on Centex Primetime. We will see you guys then. Everybody have a great weekend.